Good afternoon, curling fans, and welcome to the Everest Canadian Curling Club Championships. We are live from the Ottawa Hunt Club in Ottawa, Ontario. Today we have a men's B-side elimination game with Team Newfoundland Labrador taking on Team Manitoba. My name is Peter Stesky. I am your host. I'm going to be joined later in the broadcast by the newly crowned Olympic rep for Canada, skip Jennifer Jones out of Winnipeg. So looking forward to Jennifer joining me in the booth. Big game here. Both of these teams lost this morning. Actually, Quebec knocked off Manitoba in our second draw today. Newfoundland Labrador lost to Ontario, so the winner of this game advances to a B qualifier tonight. We're in the double knockout portion of the tournament. The loser is eliminated and heads off to the Players Hospitality Lounge sponsored by Everest. Not a bad place to be. Trust me, I've been there, but needless to say, both of these teams want to win this game, need to win this game in order to move forward and play in tonight's qualifier. We've got three other games on the sheet. Ontario versus Quebec in the men's. The winner of that game advances to the semifinals. In the ladies, Ontario and Nova Scotia also in a game where the winner advances. And in another eliminator game like we have on our sheet, women's game, PI taking on Northern Ontario. The loser's eliminated, the winner advances to a qualifier tonight, and a three-game day for these teams. Going to introduce the players. This is the first time we've had Manitoba on our feature sheet. They went through the round robin 6-0. They curl out of the Granite Curling Club in Winnipeg. Lead, Brett Cosson. Second, Ryan Loudon. Third, Brad Haight, and their skip, Trevor Lorith. But Brad actually throws the final stones. Trevor calls the game. And for Newfoundland and Labrador, this is the second time we've had them. I believe they beat Northern Ontario earlier in the week. They curl out of the Remax Center in St. John's. Lead, Steve Routledge. Second, Randy Turpin. Third, Steve Bragg, and their skip, Mark Noseworthy.
Okay. I gave him too much ice for me. All right, great weight.
The advantage on experience goes to Newfoundland and Labrador, and it's not because Mark is 62 years old, and he'll be very happy that I mentioned that, but they've all played in, well, Mark skipped in 4 Briars, right? So, I mean, that's a very big deal. Where the guys out of Manitoba, I've watched them all week. They're an excellent curling team, but this is the first time they're playing in this event. Certainly didn't faze them at all as they won their pool with a 6-0 record. Unfortunately for them, they got drawn up against Quebec this morning or this afternoon, and Quebec, in my opinion, is as good as any team that's here in the men's. Huge shot made by Philippe Menard to break open that game and send Manitoba down to the B side. But I anticipate a very good game between these two teams.
Whoa. He's heavy. He's heavy. He's not just heavy.
Manitoba starts with the hammer. They're already lying one in behind a corner guard. Mark decided to ignore that. He's going to have Randy throw an in-turn draw, and they're trying to carve this rock over as much as possible. Not going to quite bury any of it. That was perfect weight from Randy, but unfortunately unable to get it underneath. Randy, Steve, and Mark are at their very first Everest Canadian Curling Club Championship, but this is the third time for Steve Bragg. Big scrub here, trying to carve this one over, and a good job doing so. Able to hit and lie 2. I think that once you step out on the ice, I don't know if the experience of playing here before is going to matter that much. I think it's going to come down to who can make more shots. Both teams have played great all week. As I said, a 4-2 record for Newfoundland and Labrador, and they lost to probably the best team in the event so far, Ontario. Although Manitoba would have had a pretty strong argument with that as well with their 6-0 record.
Right up! Right up! Right up!
Maybe.
Just miss a double, rolled underneath. Now a good chance here for Manitoba. They could play a few different shots. I like what they're going to do. Stay aggressive. Draw around this center guard. They could also draw to the wing, but if they do, I mean, it's not terrible. You're putting some pressure on Newfoundland. Decide whether they want to hit or draw around the center. They're going to beat them to the spot here. Ryan Loudon throwing lefty out turn here. Hanging out a bit means he's probably a hair heavy. Waiting for the weight to come off it. Starting to curl now, but it still really has to die.
Might as well, yep.
Right back.
Right back.
So that slides 2 or 3 feet heavy. No hesitation here from Mark. He's going to have Steve Bragg, who was the 2011 semifinalist at this event, made it back in 2012, lost a tiebreaker. He's being asked to throw the intern freeze here.
Whoa. Lot of room, guys. A lot of room. Whoa. Yep.
I'm not too worried about the line. Mark thought that was out there, but I've had the benefit of sitting behind the sheet every game, and this spot really curls.
Gotta go. Go.
Whoa. Okay.
Able to scrub that one by, and that actually over curls slightly into the hole, but a really nice shot there from Steve. The Manitoba team, Trevor calls the game, Brad throws skip rocks. The boys wanted to give a shout out to Kyle Wernick, an old and dear friend of mine. I haven't seen Kyle in probably close to 20 years. Absolute beauty. Nephew of Eddie the Wrench Wernick, and Trevor taking no time here in the hack, whipping down an out-turn peel here. Almost got unlucky and clipped his own rat out, but it nut jammed, stayed there. So 2 counters for Manitoba in the rings, but shot rock belongs to Newfoundland and Labrador. I think Mark has to hit here, though. Even if you roll out, it's very tough for Manitoba to make a hit and roll somewhere where there won't be a double or the opportunity to set up a double on the next. Mark's not taking a lot of ice here, though. Second shot for Steve Bragg, third for Newfoundland Labrador. Mark thought he had that one, just miscalled the line or the angle a little bit. That was a really nice throw by Steve. Chance now for Manitoba with the hammer to lie 2. They'd love to hit and roll away somewhere out across the face here with the out turn. It's going to be hard to roll to a good spot where Mark won't have a double, though.
Yep. Whoa. Yes. Hard. Whoa. Hard. Yep. Hard. Right down. Hard. Right down, guys. Right down. Sit down. Sit.
Yeah, that was a tough shot if you were trying to get separation. Over curl, rolls out, but probably a chance now for Manitoba to blank the end.
He's going to curl a bit there. I think when he crosses the line. No, normal.
Touched on it earlier in the week. 1987 Brier and the 02 Brier. Mark defeated my colleague and Everest ambassador Randy Furby in the Brier, so we'd like to remind Randy of that. The loss in 87 really hurt. It knocked Team Pat Ryan out of that Brier. Ferb sort of got some revenge after the loss to Mark in 02. They won about 29 games in a row at the Brier with the Ferb 4. Another capacity crowd here at the Ottawa Hunt. They've done an amazing job all week. The combined efforts of the local host committee, Curling Canada, and Everest doing a great job to build a world-class event here. We've been talking about it all week, but I can't say enough what a professional this event has been for these elite level club players. You can follow the scores along on TSN. The bottom of the screen. They were doing final scores, but they've now actually updated it to end-by-end scoring. So that's just a great coup for the players. They've been talking about it all week. Chance to see their name on national television. Little bit of mistake by both skips. Mark rolled out. Gave Brad a chance to get some draw weight. He slid a little heavy. Now there's a couple rocks that are just through the rings. Mark's going to try to freeze.
I wasn't watching where he put the boom. Well, I need less weight. I need less
Love
weight.
the honesty of Mark. Where past the front end, where did he put the broom? I wasn't watching.
Huh?
Got to be honest, when I skip, that happens a lot. But
you can't get right rid of it.
if you stop paying too much attention, you end up in the booth just doing announcing because nobody will end up curling with you. Chance for an outturn freeze here. He'd have to put it in a pretty special spot for Brad not to be able to make a play on it.
Knock it on! All you! All you!
Hey! Hey!
All you! Losing line!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
All right, leave it. Whoa, 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 whoa.
You got a ton of curl on that one. So she go through the rings, and now a very easy shot. Brad gets to just whip this one down the ice, maintain the hammer, heading to the second end. And with the blank, nothing after one. We'll be back here to start the second end. Manitoba will hold the hammer. They also want to give a shout out to all their sponsors and their families. Without the sponsors, they wouldn't be here, and without their family support, they would not be able to take the time away to play and practice and then compete at a national event like this. It's a lot of work. I don't care if you're playing in the Olympic trials, the Scotties, the Brier, Grand Slams, or this Everest Curling Club Canadian Championship. You really have to put in the work to separate yourself from your peers, and these men and ladies have done that, and they've demonstrated it all week out on the ice. Second end, Mark's a very aggressive player. He'd love to see a center guard up here. He's the thing you'll see with Mark, due to his experience, and one thing I will say, he will not be afraid to lose this game. Some teams come out, play a little bit of, a little bit scared, try to keep it close. That will not be Mark's style. He'll do what it takes to win, and sometimes when you do that, it happened when he played against Adam Spencer. They missed a shot by 1 or 2 inches, allowed Adam a shot for 4. It blew the game open, but Mark's going to go down trying to win the game, and I think at this level, that's what you have to do, and you have to take advantage of teams that play a little bit timid. I don't think you'll see any of that out of Team Manitoba. They're a very confident team. Throw the rock great, so I'd imagine we'll see quite a few rocks in play. We did in the first. Even though the end was blank, there was tons of stones in play. was a great come around by Steve Bragg that actually saved the end for Newfoundland and Labrador. Nice weight there from Brett. Mark could see enough of it, he could call the hit, but no, he's going to stay aggressive.
Only for weight. Close. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let it work, let it work. You gotta work. No line. He's heavy.
Out-turn freeze attempt here, but I agree with Mark. I think he's a hair heavy.
The problem is the weight.
Bit of a mistake. He can actually afford to be short there. It's a rock you'd be able to promote. They're really hard to tap up once they're behind the tee line. A lot of support in the stands here from the Manitoba fans beside me. Just a great curling province. My family's originally from Manitoba, so I've got a lot of aunts and uncles out there still. And if you're just joining us, speaking of Manitoba, Jennifer Jones is going to join me in the booth, coming off of her Olympic trials victory. She's an Everest ambassador and a very good one. She just did a whole bunch of questions, answers with Stu, our host for the week. A chance for the fans to do a little bit of a meet and greet. And Jen's always so generous with her time. Junior curling, club curling.
I like this. Oh, we can't hit it, can we? This we can.
If you're looking for a mentor, Jen would be a very good start, that's for sure. Very nice come around there. Good setup early. And again, as aggressive as Mark likes to play, he notices the trouble they're in here early, so he's going to bail. Have Randy play a short little in-turn run back here. He's allowed to hit this rock because it's his own guard.
Gotta go! Gotta go! Gotta go! All right.
Slight over curl, but he did eliminate one of the Manitoba rocks, and now his guard remains up front, so decent shot there. Like the pace these teams are playing at too, nice and quick. They're very confident what they want to do. Lefty in turn here for Ryan. Chance to sink one in. Lie two buried.
Oh. Weight's nice, Trev. Where? Top 8. Whoa. Gotta work.
I would say this is the straighter of the two sides, but you can see there's still tons of curl here.
Brett.
Shout out to Bill Duck and his team. He's the head ice technician here at the Ottawa Hunt. Playing conditions have been fabulous all week. That slides in. I mean, it's a decent spot, but it slides deep enough that Randy's got a chance here. Rip the two reds out of there. Thrown properly, probably misses the back yellow as well. Nice weight and rotation on this one. Just a matter of the direction. Wow.
Go.
That's real unfortunate. If it squeaks past that one, it probably kills the back. Pretty hard to clip a stone with the velocity that one had, and you didn't kill it out of the rings. But now Manitoba has a chance to play the same draw. It's going to be close to see whose second shot is. Doesn't really matter yet.
I don't mind him, just a little tap and roll.
They're going to change the call here. Going to throw a hair more weight, so they got to be careful. Sometimes when you add the weight, it can really straighten out. They're looking to just tap this shot rock, maybe roll underneath.
We're gonna need a tap.
And that's the thing. You heard right away quite a bit more weight. They're actually going to try to skirt past shot rock and just do a straight tap on the back one. And I don't think that was an audible. I think that was actually the call. Definitely chipped it far enough that they lie 2. Don't think there's really a choice here now for Newfoundland and Labrador. Steve Bragg, who is the favorite curler of 2 of his 3 teammates, according to the bio, Sporty Bragg. We had Sporty Bragg trending the other day when these guys played, so let's see if we can get that going again. Big scrub by the guys here, trying to drag this one down. Love to make a perfect freeze, but they're going to have to work hard.
Come on. Come on. No.
Just pulled the string on that one.
Okay.
So very good position now for Manitoba. They're already lying 2 and throwing with the hammer. Trevor's going to go down. As I said, he calls the game,
What do you guys think?
throws third stones. Bad news for Newfoundland is Manitoba's probably going to be lying 3 here in a second. Good news is they're 2 yellows short of the rings. They're in very good spots for Newfoundland to use them. First shot here, second end. Third stone thrower, Trevor Lorith.
Got a lot of line. Whoa. Line's good.
Most of the play has been on the other side of the sheet,
Whoa. Lots of line. Tons
but they
of
do a
line.
draw for the hammer closest to the button, so these guys should know this spot.
Yep.
It's definitely been warmed up.
Right.
Trying to carve it for line.
Hard right back here. Come on.
He would have liked that to stop higher, obviously was the call, but not the end of the world. Still a ton of pressure on Mark right now. He's going to ask Steve to play the in-turn draw. He doesn't have the luxury, in my opinion, of coming all the way down to the back one. He's going to want to stop this one somewhere up around the tee line, top 4. If he can do that, they're his guards, so be hard for Manitoba to make a play on this rock.
You got room. Lots of line. Switch.
Sweet's pretty good.
Gotta go. Come on. Hey. Whoa. We're heavy. Whoa. Go now. Whoa.
Mark's out dancing in front of the house here. Looks like Mick Jagger on the stage.
Go ahead. Good rock, Sporty.
And what a great shot. See right there, that should get Sporty Bragg trending. Shots like that should do it.
Better ways.
Excellent throw. Manitoba's still shot, but Newfoundland and Labrador will not care about that because that rock he just threw is in a perfect spot. Well managed by the sweepers, well called by Mark. Trevor's going to try the straight back here. And if it runs a little straight on them, they won't care if they get the double peel. That'd be the way to miss. Not that you're ever trying to.
Clean.
And that's good. Tough spot now if you are Newfoundland and Labrador. You lie second, but Manitoba lies 3rd and 4th. So any mistake here,
he's going to run the double.
and Manitoba could potentially score a 3 under.
If you ever roll right there.
What?
Bit of trouble for Mark, as I said. He's probably thinking back, saying when I played Furby, it wasn't this difficult.
Okay. I think right here.
I don't think he wants to make a play on shot rock,
like
at least not with this one, because there's really nowhere he could roll
I need control.
where there wouldn't be a double. Manitoba guys have thrown their, shown their ability to throw up weight and accurate.
But that's
So
about a quarter rock to get back on the red one if it hangs out. But we're just going to play the roll of 1.5 feet.
this is a veteran call. I was a little worried here he's going to take on the double. You don't want to do that either. You roll out, and very easy hit for Manitoba to lie 3. He's just saying if he happens to hang out here, and we've seen some of them. Randy really picked up on the ice here earlier in the week off the center line here. We've seen it run a bit.
I don't think it's going to bend a whole lot.
But he wants to, I heard him say,
You gotta
hit and
take it
roll
right to
about
the
a
end.
1.5 feet. He would outcount the rock of Manitoba that's currently in the back 12. That's his whole goal with this shot. And you'll notice he's not throwing a ton of weight here either. Just allows the sweepers to get involved. Just over curled.
Over there? Or this one?
So a chance now to hit and lie 3 for fourth rock thrower, Brad Haight.
Control.
Brad's favorite TV show is Game of Thrones, his favorite movie Gladiator, so he's not afraid a little bit of blood and guts, because that's there's a lot of killing that goes on in those two shows, or the movie and the shows. I'm a huge fan of Game of Thrones as well, although that last season was just terrible. Outturn hit, chance to lie 3. They're on it right out of his hand. Directional sweeping, trying to hold the line.
Hard, Brett! Hard, hard!
Okay. Not bad. There you go.
Able to miss the jam. There is a double available for sure for Newfoundland, but now they have to avoid the jam at the back as well.
Well,
I don't think there's any way that they're getting rid of this rock right
I'd
here.
like to keep the shooter. At least in
They got to be careful that then when they hit this
Well,
double,
We can't jam it on that one. We can't lose that. We got to get. No, but what I'm
this
saying,
double
I gotta
here,
keep
if they
the
made
shooter.
it this way, the red goes this way, they've got to watch that they don't plant that there. Because if they do, then there'll be a draw for 3.
3/4,
So they got to be very careful where they hit this one. I believe this rock is very safe right now for Manitoba.
Right.
So no matter what Mark does, I believe there'll be a shot for 2.
Well, he'll be able to crack at 3. I think we try for the double and roll here. Oh, I know.
That's a great angle there, guys, of the potential jam.
So just about 3/4. I need a bit less than that. If it comes up and we nose it, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I'll play nose coming up.
That is another option. He could just go nose.
I don't want to take too much.
He's
ice
going to
or do any
sit
weight because
right
everybody's gonna
in
run on it.
front of the other. But
I think
again,
that
you
ice is
cannot
okay with the
jam.
salt.
Because if you go nose, you could clip
Yeah, give me
the
a bit
back red, redirect on
Bit
the
more.
other red, and
Full weight.
there'd still be a shot for 3.
I got to hit 3/4.
Pretty dicey spot here early in the game for Newfoundland and Labrador. Final skip rock of the second end, blank in the first. Teams fighting for their playoff life here. This is an elimination game.
Well, yep, hey! Hey! Wow! Wow! Hey! Wow! 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 Wow!
Yeah, he hit it too high.
Hang on! God damn it.
Actually got away with it though, I think. Be happy with that result. He was always going to give up 2.
We might have been able to hang
The
on,
red
but-
one did spill far enough that it's outcounted by the 2 yellows, so it's just a draw for 2 here for Manitoba. Very well played end with the hammer.
You know, I'm in trouble every end.
Good shot by Mark there. That could have worked out bad.
Hey, Ryan, you can be back to this.
Trevor reminding Brad he could be back to that, basically saying, please don't be light. At the same time, I don't know if I would have planted that in his head, because sometimes then you just see a fastball come down the ice here. This looks pretty good though.
Shot.
So no mistake on the draw there from fourth rock thrower. Brad Haight put 2 on the board for Manitoba. They lead Newfoundland and Labrador 2-0 after 2. We'll check in on our other games. Ontario versus Quebec. They played earlier in the week. Ontario snuck out a single-point victory. They scored 1 in the first, but a 2 by Quebec in the second. They lead 2-1. Ontario with the hammer in the third. The Ontario ladies got off to a 5-0 start. I believe they dropped their last round robin game, which didn't matter. They have an opportunity to advance directly to the semifinals. They're up 3-0 versus Nova Scotia, playing the third. And again, eliminator game, PI women taking on the Northern Ontario women. They are tied at 2. PI has the hammer playing 3.
Right up, guys, right up. Right up. Bite the four, bite the four.
Good start to the game here for Manitoba. I would say they've controlled both ends so far. But down 2-0, heading in third. No big deal for Newfoundland and Labrador. They're going to throw up this corner guard, try to generate some offense. We didn't see a lot of that early in our other game, our last live stream, but the ladies really got at it in the second half of that game. Points were flying all over the place, but it was a very conservative start to that game.
Over?
I think it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Barely over if it is, and you got a lot. Trevor's probably tempted to go out there and look and see if it is actually over, but I don't think Mark would lie to him. Be pretty funny if he did, though. Great scrub by the guys to get that one over and save Steve Rutledge from buying a round of drinks. Perfectly placed shot here by Brett on his first one. A chance for him to throw the tight center guard here. Newfoundland will not be able to peel it. Trying to drag it over for full coverage. Probably half of it covered. Pretty good shot by Brett.
Get out in the weeds, eh? Get out in the weeds a little bit.
Problem with that corner guard, I think Mark would probably have Steve go around it, but it's just so high that no matter where he goes, Manitoba would be able to chase it. So he's going to play the out-turn freeze here with Steve.
Line's a bit tight, guys. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Running pretty nice. Line looks good to me. Just a matter of the weight.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like that shot. He actually tapped it a bit behind the tee. Actually opens up the scoring area a bit in doing so. They'll be able to freeze down with one. Manitoba is going to have Ryan throw a little corner freeze in there. Contrasting views here for Ryan. Favorite TV show, Sopranos. Sort of a tough guy, badass type of show. And then his favorite movie is My Little Pony, just to show his sensitive side.
12 foot. Trying to come down.
Oh.
I'd like to mention actually his favorite curler is Pat Spiring, a local legend. Unfortunately, Pat passed away. He would be a guy who would be a perfect fit for this event. He was just a fun-loving guy, Loved the social aspect of the game. He was a great player. Played against Pat a few times back in the day, so that's a great reference there by Ryan. Nice little come around there. Might have over curled just a hair. There's some access to the yellow stone here for Randy Turpin.
Hard. Gotta go hard. Real hard. Real hard. Right up. Right up. Right up. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Hard. Right up. Right up.
Not going to be able to get this one by.
Whoa.
They actually tap the red to a very usable spot if you're Newfoundland, because it's behind that guard, something for you to freeze to, although the guard, again, it's super long.
Control.
Control weight hit opportunity here for Ryan. Throwing his lefty in, turn down. He'd just like to cross the face and sort of guard those rocks in the rings.
Watch the weight. Oh. Brad. Good though. Why don't we just tap him back?
Nose hit, there's a little port here. Randy's gonna try to sneak through here with some draw weight.
Whoa.
Play a little tap, yellow onto red.
Whoa.
Maybe a heavy draw.
40. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Goes. Whoa, 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 whoa. Curl. Curl. Curl.
Good patience there by the guys. Nice touch. Able to promote the yellow stone, becomes shot rock. Leaves the shooter in a decent spot as well.
Like a double better.
That was my first thought, but I like this too. Whatever you like.
Let's play this one for now.
Just with control or bump?
Control.
I never heard of bump weight before I played anybody from Winnipeg, but that's a general term they call. We used to call it control all the time in Ontario. A lot of the Manitoba teams I ran into through bump weight.
No, I don't probably almost knows it.
I think you need.
Okay.
Trevor's going to take on the double here. Tight little hole to squeeze through.
Whoa.
Real tough shot to make.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Right.
That's directional sweeping at its best. Still going to jam. Yeah, that was difficult. I'm not even sure the double was there because they squeaked the guard, then tried to carve it, and they still didn't quite get to where they needed to. The unfortunate part, if you're Manitoba, is your two reds ended up staggered, so now you can't use those stones for a run back. Bit of a bad break there, and an opportunity for Steve Bragg, who again is trending on social media. Sporty Bragg with the in-turn draw here.
Close.
Chance to lie two.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa. We're not by. Curl. 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 Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay.
Sporty got a little wide on that one. Weight was actually pretty close by the looks of it, but now an opportunity, maybe let Manitoba off the hook here. They could make this in-turn freeze. Even if they're not shot rock, it'd be very hard to see Newfoundland and Labrador get a second one in there. Another Manitoba trait, you know you're playing somebody from Manitoba probably if they have a corn broom that they slide with, a la Mike McEwen, Jeff Stoughton, Kerry Burtnick.
Where is it?
Whoa, if you can. Line's good.
Where?
Whoa, whoa,
Whoa,
whoa.
kid, whoa! Where? Yep! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Brett, Brett! Hard, Brett, hard! Don't want to!
They sort of got caught there between sweeping for weight, which they did not want to do, and trying to carve it, which they did want to do. It's a decent shot, but Newfoundland does lie one still, and if they can freeze directly on the rock that Trevor just threw, they'll lie two, and it's going to be hard to get those rocks out of there. Be completely buried behind the guard.
Whoa. Whoa. Only for weight.
And again, there's
We got
no real
line.
good
No
red
line.
rudbacks.
No line. No line.
This is not going to be close, though.
Whoa. 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 Whoa.
The one thing it probably did accomplish is close down opportunity to access to the button. Otherwise, not a whole lot positive to say about that one from Stevie. We're friends now. I've known him 5 days, so I can call him Stevie.
Pretty darn good, eh?
It's interesting. Both of his ran quite straight. I'm not sure if he throws it maybe a little more handle than Trevor does,
Better than
but
this one.
The weight's just got to be perfect. This hole's pretty tight.
Better, Brad, you can play something like this and open up a run on your last one.
I don't mind that.
I actually like this call a lot better. They were going to go through the
Just
hole
like,
with the in-turn draw. Super, super hard shot. I like this better. They're going to try to tap these rocks here, and what they can do is spread them out. Maybe open up a tap or a run back on their last one. So you heard they're just looking for back 8 weight right now. Gonna nose tap the rock, just biting the 12. Try to open up an opportunity. This is a setup shot for their next, but it's curling.
Hard! Hard! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Whoa, that's real good.
Really cool.
Did curl a lot, but I think it did accomplish what they wanted. These two reds over here now are both usable for them.
John.
They're tighter, sideways.
Mark would love to try to find a way to get another one in there. He's got an angle raise available. If it over curled, he could get the straight back
How much you got here?
here and have it spin into here somewhere. He could also just make the direct tap this way as well.
Try to get down there because he's going to whack.
And another thing he could try, which is super tough, is through the hole. Try to chip off of there and roll here.
Try that.
And it looks like he's going for option number 3.
Like this?
It's tough.
I'm thinking backline weight.
He's thinking backline weight. I don't even know if it's there. I think you need more weight than
You
that.
can't carry both. I mean, he's going to have an option. So we got to get a second rack in there. This is easier than runs with a hole on the intern.
I don't think they talked about the
It might
tap
be a little
back
bit
at
hard to
all.
call.
I think the problem with backline weight here is by the time you get through the hole, if you
I
get
think
through the
backline-
hole, it's going to curl too much, and you're going to nose the rock basically that he's trying to chip off of. I think the only way to make a chip through the hole, you have to throw probably board weight, I would say. That'd be a guess, board or hack. Guess we'll find out in a second here. First shot, third end. Skip Mark Noseworthy. Out of St. John's. I just don't think that was ever going to be enough weight. Problem now He hasn't quite opened up. I was a little worried that he opened up the in-off here, but he hasn't.
Not making any shots. Jeez Christ.
You were shade up, but it did move.
But there is a straight back on this rock here. Be able to kill this red. Your shooter is going to lay there. And then it's going to be a real tough score for Newfoundland and Labrador for sure.
Just control. Don't jump it, boys.
Brad's going to throw control weight here with the outturn. They've thrown a couple hits here earlier. Love to nose hit this rock or just a hair on the high side. If he makes it properly, they're going to lie about 10, which is a lot when you only throw 8 rocks. Point being, it will be very, very messy for Newfoundland and Labrador if this shot's made. Biggest shot of the game so far by a mile. And it's close if they're off and on.
Hard range! Hard!
And that is a great curling shot. I was a little worried that they overswept it. They now lie 7.
Sorry, I could have got off.
Cooked it on me.
Good shot.
Manitoba fans beside me going crazy. It's great to see the support for their province.
I don't think I can see enough of that to get into the pin. We got to have enough to roll.
So Mark's got a couple options. He can come in here with a heavy draw, chip off of this rock.
Let's see what I can see.
They also talked about the angle raise here.
Yeah.
I think that's way harder. This is the easier of the 2 shots. Just this little in-off. If he ever wrecks on the guard, it's a minimum of 3. Be an unbelievable shot to score. I mean, if you talk to Mark and he was being honest, he'd probably be happy to hold him to 1 or 2. So potentially the game on the line here early. Final rock in the 3rd end. Newfoundland and Labrador skip. Mark Noseworthy trying to navigate a hole here, find his way to the 4-foot. And this is running. Need it to curl. They got to carve this. It's starting to make a move. Still has to go. Got a lot of weight on that one, actually. I think it's going to be a steal of 2. And at the end of 3, Manitoba jumps out to a 4-0 lead over Newfoundland and Labrador. That was a very well-played end by Manitoba. I was joking around last night with my co-host Dave Mathers about us putting a team together and playing in this competition, but I don't think I'd want any part of these Manitoba guys right now. Speaking of 2 teams I'd want no part of, Quebec playing Ontario in a men's A qualifier. The winner will advance to the playoffs. I'm just going to check. I think it's still 2-1 for Quebec. They're playing final stones here in the 4th. Teams on sheet 1, PEI ladies taking on Northern Ontario. They've been trading deuces. PEI with the lead 4-2, Northern Ontario with the hammer. The Ontario ladies out to a 3-1 lead over Nova Scotia. Winner of that game also advances straight to the semifinals.
All right, make it good.
Ontario also has the hammer in that game, so a good spot early, up 2 with the hammer for Ontario, looking to qualify for the semifinals here at the Everest Canadian Curling Club Championships. I'm your host, Peter Stesky. I was supposed to be joined by Jennifer Jones, but I think Randy was lying to me. He does that. Steve Routledge going to throw a corner guard here, trailing 4-0. No choice but to get some rocks in play. Like I say, Mark's not going to trade hits here and try to make this game, you know, close where he finishes it, but he loses. He's going to try to win. Manitoba can either just freeze to their own here, throw it just tight short. You really don't want a guard, but you could throw it, say, within a foot of the rings, a rock that Newfoundland and Labrador cannot hit. But I think they'd be just as happy for Manitoba to slide right into the rings here. You're up 4-0. It's a hair higher than they wanted for sure. Bit of a mistake. One thing it does do, it makes it real tough for Newfoundland and Labrador to use their corner guard. They'd have to draw through that hole. In turn, freeze attempt here from Steve.
Only for weight. Line's good. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Yep. Yep. Right to it. Right to it. Right to it. Okay. Not bad. All right.
Good scrub by the boys. Good shot. Really nice weight by Steve.
You can move it a foot, but just play to here.
So as Ryan throws his first rock here in the fourth end, Manitoba leading 4-0. Hoping to play the out-turn freeze in a game that they've sort of controlled start to finish. I would like to welcome the 6-time Canadian champion, 2-time world champion, 2014 Olympic gold medalist. I don't know what haven't you not won, Jen. One thing you did win is this last weekend, for the second time, you will be representing Canada at the Olympics. You are just walking around here on cloud 9, my girl.
Yes, I am. It's great to be here. Super excited with the win last week and just excited to be at this championship and seeing all the energy on the ice. I know what they feel.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yes,
I
I
bet
do.
you do. You kept us
You don't want to do what we did, though. That was like a little bit of an emotional roller coaster. So try to win it in 10.
It was a bit. I'll tell you, you're from Manitoba, your home province, and these guys have come out. You're just joining us now, but it's 4-0. They've had Newfoundland and Labrador just chasing the whole game.
Yeah, I'm excited that I get to watch a Manitoba game here, but you never know until it's over. I always say it's hanging in there till the end.
Good.
The ice looks fantastic.
Yeah, the ice has been great all week. Bill Duck and his team doing a great job. You can see the huge crowd we have here at the Ottawa Hunt Club. You just arrived into town a few hours ago, did a meet and greet with everybody. You're, in addition to being a 2-time Olympian, also an Everest player ambassador. What's that mean to you?
Oh, it means the world. I met Mark, it's almost been 10 years ago now, and he was new into curling. He's from Houston, so he didn't know a lot about curling, but he had watched, and then he saw the Olympic Games in Sochi, and it was on the bar in a bar in Houston. He thought, my goodness, curling is where it's at, and so he got involved. He started sponsoring the seniors. We did a pro-am, and he is 100% behind curling and knows how big we can grow the sport. But more importantly, Mark is all about making dreams come true, and that's what this event is. And I can't wait to see. It's amazing what it is now, and I can't even wait to see what it becomes.
Yeah, he already made one of my dreams come true. I get to do some broadcast work with you.
Mine too.
Unfortunately, also a nightmare of mine. I had to do the same type of work earlier in the week with Randy. So, you know, there's always pros and cons to everything. But I met Mark for the first time. As you know, they've sponsored the senior curling now for 7 years, and that starts on Monday up in Sault Ste. Marie. But this is their first year sponsoring the Everest Canadian Curling Club Championship, and what I like about what they've done is they have absolutely elevated the event for these elite club curlers and turned this into basically a Briar, Scotties type atmosphere on and off the ice.
Yeah, I remember Mark sitting with me a few years ago and just said, like, make a list of all the things that made your first Scotties or all your Scotties so memorable. And I made a list of all those little things that we got or those special moments. And he has incorporated every single one of those things into this event. It's spectacular. And I look at it's like standing room only in here. And I know, like, the final, the intensity, like, this can become the next Scotties and the next Briar for the club championship, which is incredible.
Yeah, it's been a great week. The players have echoed it. The great fans here and hosts at the Ottawa Hunt we've touched on all week.
Whoa.
We're going to try to check out the action in the rings here in a second, but we need the guys to get out of the way so we can see.
It looks like a big shot here.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Really nice shot.
Yeah, never a bad thing to have three yellows against 2 reds. Really nice shot. Manitoba's going to want to eliminate some yellows from play, and they can make a double in a roll.
They're looking at playing the double roll towards the corner. You hit it a hair high. There is a potential jam. So they got to be a hair careful. You're just joining us. Trevor calls the game for Manitoba, but Brad throws skip rocks. So this will be Trevor, and in typical Manitoba style, you'll see he's got the corn broom.
Love it.
And up on the toe.
Can't take the Manitoba out of us.
He might even be able to run a triple here.
It's looking close. Oh,
but he did.
Just missed it.
Yeah.
It just needed to curl even a 16th of an inch, and he makes that shot. So now a big hit to lie 3.
Yeah, good chance for Newfoundland and Labrador. This is the first time they've applied any pressure to Manitoba. Got to be careful where they roll with this one. It's going to be hard, Jen, for them not to leave a double here for Manitoba, probably.
Yeah, pretty much impossible the rest of the end to not leave a double. But really, with the score the way it is, even if you get 2, you're right back in this game.
Yep. Hard.
Calling for sweep right away.
Whoa. Stay with it, guys.
Stevie Bragg, his nickname is Sporty.
How come?
They won't tell me why, but he has been trending on social media, so I think he's a pretty big deal. He told me he is anyway, so.
That's a pretty good roll, Pete. That's a very tricky double. If he does make it, he will roll over to 3rd shot rock, but it's not the easiest double.
Yeah, if they make this, I'm going to try to telestrate this out. I've been working on this all week. Hopefully you're impressed.
Watch, yeah.
Come down, hit. Shooter's going to roll, but then it will have some upspin. Does it get this rock, or do you think it goes high a bit? If it's made.
Yeah, it depends on where you hit it. I think it may go a little bit high. What do you think?
I'm going with high as well. I hope we find out, because it'd be a pretty cool shot.
Me too. And us Manitoba curlers generally like to hit, so I expect him to be close on this.
Yeah, he's certainly whipped it. It's got to be close, off and on. That is a great shot. And again, Jen, you hear these fans, like, this is, you just won the Olympic trials. This is the Olympic trials for these athletes, and Manitoba has a ton of fans that have shown up, and you're blushing right now.
I know, it's awesome. I wish the fans at home could hear the excitement in the clubhouse here. I saw a bunch of fans almost were standing up and cheering. We have Manitoba fans with the Buffalo hat.
Yeah, there's Buffalo hats all over.
It reminds me of the Briar and the Scotties from 20 years ago. It's amazing.
The Briar, the Buffalo hat reminded me of the Flintstones.
Oh, yeah, that's true too.
Working hard to scrape this one by the guard. Love to move the red far enough that they could lie 2.
They just really need to get in there for 3rd shot rock, and that's what they are. They have left a double.
I think he probably seen off, but
he's going to have to really whip this one, Jen, to try to push it all the way over.
Just like this? I think so.
He might just hit and stay.
I like giving the double a go.
Yeah, not a lot to lose, right?
No, if you do hit and stay right there, I would expect that Newfoundland and Labrador would freeze another one in there, and now you're in trouble to give up maybe 3.
On this to that.
They're talking about potentially throwing the guard here. What do you think about that?
don't mind the guard. You're probably going to make Newfoundland and Labrador make a good come around, and if they do make it, you're probably still giving up 2. I like trying the double and trying to move that rock a little bit.
Yeah, I think up 4-0. I'm definitely ripping some yellow out of there.
Looks like he's just trying to nose hit.
Even if you don't kill the second yellow, you pop it out into the open, you know it's going to be available on your next. Brad Haight throwing skip rocks here
Oh, they're
for the
trying to make
team
it
out of the
curl.
granite.
You definitely don't want to jam it. It's a pretty good shot. He has left a double back, but I would expect Newfoundland and Labrador may play the freeze.
Now the guys here, they're from the Granite Club.
Oh, in Winnipeg?
Yes. Where do you do most of your curling especially when you lived in Winnipeg?
When I lived in Winnipeg, it was definitely at the St. Vital Curling Club. We'd also practice at the Fort Rouge and the Granite Club. So great to see a team from the Granite represented. And we actually still practice at the Granite Curling Club sometimes currently. So I'm sure we're going to be there over the holidays. Maybe we'll run into them.
Speaking of the Granite Club, I'd like to give a shout out to your coach, Victor Schell, who works at the Granite Club in Toronto. He's a beauty. He won the World Championship in 2013, won the bronze medal at the Olympics in 2014, and he's been coaching you now for how many years?
He started with the beginning of this quad, so this is our 4th year together, but this is Victor's 4th Olympics.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
incredible.
He's like 36 years old or something. Looks good, too. Good-looking European dude. Love Victor. He married well as well.
Oh, he married very well.
I like this.
I like this call, Pete. What do you think?
I mean, originally we were thinking about the tap. Is he looking at the double now?
He is. If he makes it well, Manitoba should have access to second shot rock, but it kind of almost guarantees your 2.
Yeah, if he can hit this, plant his stone right here, like you say, Manitoba will be able to peel that out, but then they'll just have to draw anywhere in the rings, essentially, for their second score.
That come round is not there.
You had a good friend of yours playing in this event, 14 Manitoban, the lady. She won the Canadian Junior Championship with you in 1995.
Yes, it was 94, actually.
Okay, she told me 95.
No, it was 94.
Liar.
Yeah. Trisha Eck, one of my best friends. We've been obviously friends for a very long time. So great to see her out here. And she was saying that this event has just meant the world to her. It's got that competitive fire going again. And Trisha was actually our 5th player on the team when we won in 05 in Newfoundland and Labrador.
There you go. It's all tying in. Great segue. Intern double here for Mark Noseworthy. Skinny double. Well, the thing with Mark, he can't throw it that hard. He's 62 years old, right? I've been busting Mark's chops all week. Earlier in the week, before you got here, Mark 62, he took on Northern Ontario. The combined age of the 4 guys was 76. So,
wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good for them. This is exciting.
That's what I love about this event. You got a guy like Mark who played in the Brier in 1982, and then you got these kids out of Northern Ontario. They're still all juniors, and that is, I think, what Mark's vision is. Mark of Everest. This is the type of thing he's trying to build, because it's a sport that is played well by all ages, and we certainly have seen that on display this week.
Love it. I absolutely love it. It's great for the growth of the game, and just keeping everybody active and everybody chasing a dream. And if this can be a dream come true for so many people, that's incredible. What do you like here?
I think it's dicey to make a play on the yellow, to be honest. You could jam and give up a very easy shot for 3. I might, up 4-0, I might just draw the other side and make Mark hit and stay for his 2.
I like that. You just got to make sure you don't run out of rings. You could also just draw the middle back 4. As long as you're past that stone, I don't see any opportunity for multiple points. They're going to draw the wing.
Yeah. The key here, you have to be deep enough that there is no double off of this stone. This is a spot, Jen. It's a little bit straighter, but as you'll see, there's still going to be some movement if the weight's right. Doesn't look that light yet, though.
He could even be back 4, but
might have to slow down to be back 4, in my opinion. This looked heavy the whole way to me, so it had to be, because I'll tell you, I'm not a very good judge of weight. Wow, that just stopped.
That did just stop.
But is there a skinny double here? Scoot the guard, chip yellow on the red. Red goes out. Your shooter comes over here and kills the red for 3.
I think it's there, Pete, but even if you just get your 2, you hit and roll into the 4-foot, I think that would be a big win here for Newfoundland and Labrador. Oh, he's just going to draw for the 2, actually. I wasn't sure who was shot rock, but by this call, I would think that yellow is shot rock.
So people need to know we're behind the sheet, but we have an overhead camera, not our monitor, and sometimes that overhead camera gets a little bit foggy. Just a touch foggy, sort of like Randy at the end of the day. We make fun of Randy a lot on this live stream, just so you know.
Excellent. I'll try to join in.
Yeah, if you can. If you can tell us any stories, they don't even have to be true.
Whoa,
so an opportunity now for Skip, Mark Noseworthy. Draw in 4-2, tighten up the score here, heading to the break.
It's got a lot of line here, and they say it's heavy. They're trying to make it curl to come to the back stone.
Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. So put 2 on the board for Newfoundland and Labrador at the end of 4. They trail Manitoba 4-2. When we come back, Manitoba will have the final, or have the hammer in this elimination game. We'll be right back. I'm Peter Stesky here with Jennifer Jones. Enjoy our commercial break.
This ice is everything. It's where I come to feel close to her, to feel whole. This building helped raise me when my mother no longer could. When I step on the ice, she steps with me. My dad is my rock. We're a team now, like the 4 of us when we step on the ice. People say that this isn't a contact sport, but that's not true. It contacts you where you need it the most.
Before there was ice, there was our hallway at home. I was always the shy, quiet kid who loved math. But when I saw math come alive in the geometry of the game, I found my passion and my voice. It's a game of precision, a game of inches. It's the equation that now defines who I am.
One might say I was born to overcome challenges. 2 months premature, in and out of the hospital and a heart condition. My parents call me their miracle baby. As with all survivors, I searched for my place in this world, and I found it here. This pebbled ice is where I battle now, and at only 12, I am already a 5-year veteran of this sport. I have my sights set on the Olympics. I will push hard to get there. The only size that matters in this sport is the size of your dreams.
Sweep! Sweep! Hurry! Hurry! Hard! Hurry hard! Hard! Hurry hard! 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 Yeah! Woo!
We should really be curling.
Yeah, no, I'm great. No, I'm great. Yep. Yep. You're good. No, I know.
Good afternoon, curling fans, and welcome back to the Everest Canadian Curling Club Championships. We are live from the Ottawa Hunt Club in Ottawa, Ontario. My name is Peter Stesky. I am joined by the 2014 Olympic gold medalist, soon to be off to her second Olympics, Jennifer Jones. Got a great game out here, Jennifer. 2 for Newfoundland and Labrador get back in this game. They trail Manitoba 4-2 in a game where the winner advances, the loser is eliminated.
Those are the fun games to play in, the little adrenaline rush. You never know what's going to happen, and it looks like Newfoundland Labrador is not giving up. They got their deuce back, and they're making it a close game here. So Manitoba's going to have to play well to finish this off.
Yeah, they're off to a great start. One thing I said earlier in the broadcast, Mark won't quit, and he's not one of these guys either that's afraid to get blown out. And what I mean by that, he's going to go down trying to win the game as opposed to just throwing a bunch of hits, keeping it close, and never having a chance to win. And we've seen that here so far. Good start to this end for both teams.
I like it. Mark's calling the double guard here. So they, like you said, they're going to go after their steal or make sure that they force Manitoba to a single point.
Right here.
Going to update you on our other scores. Our other elimination game is a ladies game, PI versus Northern Ontario.
Come on, guys.
They've scored 2 each in every end so far, so it's 4-4. PI with the hammer, playing 5.
That's fine, too.
The Ontario ladies are up 4-1 over Nova Scotia. The winner of that game goes straight to the semifinals. The loser will have another chance to qualify tonight. And then this game here, Jen, Ontario-Quebec. Men's game being played out there. Ontario leading 3-2. They played earlier in the week. It was a last rock win for Ontario. My picks, I would say, so far for the event would be this Manitoba team in front of us, and then both Ontario and Quebec have played great all week, and I think we'll see all of these guys maybe advance to the playoffs as long as they don't have to run into each other before then.
Love it. It's so exciting to see this. There's a big miss there by Manitoba, though. Giving Newfoundland and Labrador a chance to get behind those staggered guards.
Yeah, the staggered guard situation, not ideal there. I'm not sure if it picked or not. They're sort of rubbing a spot on the ice. That one got away from them. They still lie shot rock, but an opportunity here for Randy to draw around the works.
Yep. Yep.
Before you joined us, actually, Mark had to throw against 6 in the third end.
Oh, really? And they only give up steal 2?
Steal a 2, and to be honest, it would have been, well, maybe if you're throwing, he might have been able to cut him to 1, but I'll tell you, it was a great shot by Mark just to hold him to steal 2.
This is looking like a good shot.
Go, 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 go.
So right now they're shooting to get it by that red stone to not chip off.
Good throw.
Very nice shot.
Yeah, it gets it in there for shot. And then one thing I like about the Manitoba guys, they don't mess around a lot. They call a quick game, but they know these two rocks are trouble for them because they're staggered. They're going to run up and run this double peel.
Yeah, and as much as the stagger guards aren't great for Manitoba, it does create a fairly easy makeable double peel for Ryan.
Yeah, I think I could make this one actually with my in or my out
I think
turn.
you could too. I've seen you curl. I think you can.
I mean, you saw me curl a long time ago. I've really improved since then. Though.
Oh, really?
I've been working on my game quietly. I'm not ready to announce it yet, but if I can get some sponsorship out of Everest, I'm looking at making another run at the next quadrennial. Maybe get Cooey to play third for me.
I can't wait to watch.
Yeah, I'm talking about Brad Jacobs at second.
Oh, what a team.
Right? Decent team. And I was going to ask your husband to play lead, so
Sounds
if
pretty
you could
good.
maybe butter Brent up for me.
I will do my best.
Yeah. I think I could bribe him with wine. I don't know about the other two.
I was going to say red wine would probably work for Brent, so just keep that in mind. And then I could benefit as well.
You could. Nice double peel made. Now a chance for Randy to put the guard back up here.
I love this. It's a fairly aggressive call. You definitely don't want to give up your 2 points, but you do have shot rock. So if you can make a decent guard here, you have an opportunity to potentially steal. That's a little bit long. I think Manitoba can chase that shot rock. What do you think, Pete?
I think if they wanted to take that on, it's definitely there with the out turn. We've seen, and they've thrown down this out turn path before, mostly with normal weight, but they're not even going to take a look at it. I guess the scoreboard maybe dictates this shot.
I thought they may play the other turn. You could probably make the double peel if you played the other turn. They're just going to make the single peel.
No mistake there by Ryan.
Almost made the double peel the hard way.
Yeah, that would have been real tough to make it with that turn.
Mark's going to throw up another guard. I love this call.
Shout out to Matty Dunstone, who's tuning in.
Oh, hey, Matt.
Big fan of Matt. He's
another Manitoba.
Yeah, I was just going to say a transplant in Manitoba. He plays out of Saskatchewan but lives in BC.
He followed love, though.
Well, you know what?
Can't help.
I would do that if any girl would have me, but right now I'm sort of stuck on my own.
Matt's girlfriend Erin actually was the fifth player for Laura Walker at the Olympic trials. So we saw her there, and she plays out of British Columbia as well. And they lost the pre-trials final. They were almost in the Olympic trials.
She's a great player and a great person. Not a great judge of character, ending up with Matt, but she's young. She's young.
I'll stand up for Matt. I like Matt. She plays for Corinne Brown. They have an outstanding team and great young team coming out of Canada. I think you'll see them in the future.
Yeah, I do love Maddie. That was a joke, so it's his lose. But what do you think here, Jen? Definitely an opportunity to make the shot with the intern now.
Yeah, you definitely do. You're going to try to get to the nose because then it will block off the draw come around for Newfoundland and Labrador. So it's a big shot here for Manitoba. They're going to try to make it curl.
Right down. Right down. Watch that roll. Whoa! Whoa!
Actually rolled to a pretty nice spot. Like you say, the draw's still going to be there for Newfoundland and Labrador.
But you're putting the game on the line now with red stones, with Manitoba lying too. You really do need to make a good draw here around everything to the back of the forefoot.
Yeah, we talked about this leading into the end. Mark will not, he's not going to just try to play another end.
I love that.
He's going to play aggressive.
Doesn't matter if you lose by 1 or 10. You might as well give it all your all.
Yep.
I had to laugh. Matt coming at me again. He was happy for the shout out for him and OG. That's his girlfriend's nickname is OG. I'll explain it later after.
Just going sideways.
This just really took off. Probably a lack of handle, Mark thought. And when you do that, Jen, especially on the ice nowadays, it's aggressive. The rocks are aggressive. You got to be a little more positive with your throws, correct?
Yeah, and for any curlers out there that are tuning in that aspire to play in this championship one day, that's one thing to work on. You want to have probably at least 3 rotations of the stone as it goes down the sheet. And if anything, err on having more rotation because you're just not going to lose those stones to flat spots in the ice. Yeah. The speed won't come off. It'll be easier for your team to judge them and much more predictable. So that's definitely something to work on.
Yeah, I got that lesson young in life. I was actually
who?
throwing it fairly flat. So I curled with Al Hackner one time.
Yep.
And Al told me, he says, you can do that in Southern Ontario because your ice was different. We had very straight ice. But he said, if you want to get consistent draw weight, it's easier for your sweepers to judge. You just had to add some rotation. It's going to take a clearer path down the ice. It'd be way more repetitive. No, I didn't really adjust my throws, as you can tell, because I'm in the booth talking about curling
I
instead
thought
of
you were
playing.
making a comeback. You're skipping next
Well,
next
you know,
quad.
I'm thinking about
More
it.
rotation.
Thinking about it, yeah.
Oh, it's a great shot here from Manitoba. It's blocked off the draw. Perfect spot. Perfect spot.
Yeah, outside of the last end, which clearly Newfoundland had their chances in, Manitoba has really dominated play.
So now this is almost an all or nothing shot by Mark Norsbury. He's got to go out wide, come around the guard, and hopefully stop in the forefoot. This is going to be a good team shot. Needs to sweep.
Way out wide here.
If he makes it, he's in good shape. But if he doesn't, it looks like a big score for Manitoba. Even though this is only Mark's first, it will give Manitoba a pretty good chance.
Give me a bit more ice.
You know what we should have done when I knew you were coming here and coming into the booth? We could have brought in either Skylar or Bella. They could have done the telestrator because they do a way better job than what I'm doing. That's for sure.
But Skylar would not have relinquished control, though.
No.
Once she was on there, like, there was
Sky's in kindergarten now?
She is in kindergarten and super independent.
Absolutely. She gets that from her dad, right?
Oh, yeah.
So an out-turn draw here. Right around the works, trying to not carve it, keep it straight around this guard, and they need to drag it for weight as well.
It's a little bit light. Oh, no, it's not light.
You skip. You're not used to judging weight.
I'm
Don't worry
actually
about
pretty
it.
good from the. That's a pretty good shot by Mark Nosebury, even though he's not shot rock. It cuts Manitoba down for sure.
Yeah, he cuts two of the reds out for sure, but a good chance here for fourth rock thrower for Manitoba, Brad Haight.
Two's good here.
Would you follow it all the way down, Jen, or try to keep this right on the tee line so you lie two?
I would try to keep it above the tee line so you can lie two and make it very difficult for Newfoundland and Labrador to even get in there for second shot. And then you may have a tap or something to get in there for three. But 2 points is a big score here for Team Manitoba.
Yeah, the danger if he does slide to the back yellow, it's still a very good shot, but it let Mark off the hook. Be an extremely hard shot for Mark, but he would have the freeze available, and if he made it, it would be a force or a potential steal. So Brad will want to give this one to his sweepers.
Hard, Brad.
I think it's, the line looks quite tight early.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if he got up to the broom. Pretty good effort here by the boys to try to get it by, but it doesn't look like it's going to get by. So now a big chance. It's amazing how that swings. It's a big chance for Newfoundland and Labrador here to try to sit two.
Timeout being called. These timeouts are sponsored by Everest, sponsor of the Canadian Curling Club Championships and the Canadian Men's and Ladies Seniors, which will start on Monday in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. What do you think their options are here? What are they talking about?
I haven't watched enough curling. I'll let them. I'll listen to them.
In the game.
Veteran move there to listen in. I like that.
Not bad either. Just played a long guard.
We're talking about a long guard or a corner freeze to this rock here.
I think if we get through the hole here, we're going to notice. Drag it back.
Yeah.
I think the options would be to play the double run on the guard to try to lie two, but that's pretty hard. I'm not sure. Can they chase that rock, Pete, with back?
Well,
like,
they could. Absolutely, they
sure
could. With the guards high enough, especially a couple of really nice sweepers for them. If they had Randy on the high side, he'd be able to carve it in for sure. Just a matter of matching that weight with the line, but it'll move enough.
That's primary.
I like this call. Mark's a good draw player. I try to get in there for shot rock and make it difficult for Manitoba to score 2 points.
Not reading all. Go back to where I had.
And Mark just threw the
first time.
Mark just threw this stone or through this path.
So he's looking to draw in around here. The mistake would be to clip off of this. If you do, there would be a double
Set
for
the farm
four.
just coming around it.
And if it's
gonna
made
stop
by
right
Brad,
away.
that
Take
would
away the
be
angle on the double.
essentially the
If
end
it's
of the
a couple
game.
feet short, we'll free corner freeze the red one. Okay.
So Mark keeping up his aggression.
got
This
four
is
to go.
his
I think
final
that was
stone
final score.
here in 5. Trailing Manitoba 4-2 without the hammer. Looks to me like he
Yep.
Doesn't
got
look
out to
heavy,
it, but
yeah.
they got on it right away.
The line looks good. It's a question for the
Close.
sweepers to judge the speed.
Whoa.
Yeah, it actually needs to curl. I thought he got out to that for sure, but they jumped on it right away. Might have killed the line. They need this to curl now. There's going to be an easy double. That's not in a great spot. I think Brad can definitely throw this hard enough to spring it out. Opportunity here for 4.
That's too bad. He threw a good
Manitoba.
stone. They just misswept it a little bit.
Yeah, the weight was very good.
Yeah, right on the nose for 4, and that will take massive control of this game.
What's it like to have a shot for 4? Jen, I curled a long time. I didn't really have the opportunity too much. Does it feel pretty good?
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just hope to get 1 or 2 sometimes. Then all of a sudden, if you get a big end, it definitely changes the game. You want to really focus in on these ones. These are not,
Those with peel should move it far enough for a 3.
they
Oh,
don't
there's-
come along very often.
They're talking about 3. I think he could throw it hard enough and spring this out. If this was at a Curling Canada event with the lively rocks and the lively rings and
They're
the
not as lively as they make them out to be on
no,
TV.
they're not. That was a joke.
I know.
This needs to curl.
That looks it's
Close, though. Definitely 2.
It looks
Potential
like-
for 3. They might have to measure.
Looks like just, oh yeah, 3. I'll just stop talking.
We've been fooled the whole week. Actually, Randy still owes me a bottle of wine. We had a bet on who was closer. He hasn't paid up yet, but
What a great shot by Team Manitoba, though, regardless.
yeah, they're up 6-2 at a minimum.
Well, it's close. First glance, I thought it was red. Now I think it might be yellow.
Yeah, neither team's sure. Sometimes you get a feel that you think it's you.
Great sportsmanship out there, though. It's just
one
awesome,
thing.
you
So
guys.
there's been some situations, Jen. So our last game, actually, there's a situation where the team burnt a rock and the woman wasn't sure, and her teammate says, I don't think you did. And you could tell on her face she was very certain she'd touched it. She on her own went to the other team and said, I touched that rock. I'm not sure it affected it. The other team said, you know what? We didn't really notice. Thank you for telling us. They left the rock there. They played the other shot. Great sportsmanship. And then Ontario yesterday playing Saskatchewan. There was a burnt rock situation there that was handled perfectly. A couple just gross picks for both teams. And the other team apologizing to the team whose rock picked. So I'd love to see that. And I actually went out after the game and in both situations and said how classy it was. And again, Mark at Everest would just love that because, again, that's bringing us back to grassroots and the way you were brought up in this game by your family and when you started to play.
Yeah, for sure. It's just all about the love of the game. Back then, we wouldn't have an official measuring this, so this would have been us. But yeah, it's awesome to see. And just the love of the game and the sportsmanship and just being out there. And, oh, it looks like it's yellow, so it looks like it's only 2. Or
Yeah,
no.
that's probably a millimeter away from 3, but it is 2 on the board for Manitoba. They'll lead this game heading to the 6th, 6-2. Newfoundland, they dodged a bit of a bullet there, but still 2 on the board for Manitoba, and now an uphill battle for Mark Noseworthy and his team out of the Remax Center in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. Speaking of Newfoundland and Labrador, you'll be traveling to the Olympics with Brad Gushu. I think it was pretty cool that they won because your second, Jocelyn, is engaged to their second, Brett Gallant, and I think it's pretty cool they get to go there together.
Yeah, it's crazy because we don't get to go with fans and friends like family this year to the Olympics because of COVID. And so for Jocelyn and Brett, it's their first Olympics, and they get to go and they get to share it with their person, their special person, and it's just fantastic. I think she said it was the best day of her life when both of them won, and we're just super excited for Brad Gushu's team and can't wait to get there.
Yeah, and it was Jeff Walker's birthday when he won, so that's a pretty special birthday present. So Brent, your husband, Brent Lang, he's not going to be able to go to the event?
No, there's no friends and family allowed. So, but Brent still has one more chance at the mixed doubles. So.
Are we allowed to talk about that at all? Like mixed doubles, the trials is going to be the first week of January. But because of what happened, like Josh and Brett would normally have played, they can't play. Carrie Anderson's partner was Brad Gushu. I think Brianne Mier was playing with Mark Nichols. So everyone's had to find new partners. Any idea if Brent has found a partner yet?
He has not found a partner yet. I think there's one more event in Brantford. Oh no, did they get it over?
Spiel.
Oh, they did.
That's the second time they've had that happen in this game where they got it over by like 2 inches.
I think you the sweeper when you're sweeping and it just gets over and that huge sigh of relief. But no, there's we're going next weekend to an event in Brantford for mixed doubles, and that's the last Olympic qualifier. So I think Brent's going to wait till after that's over and then determine what he's going to do for mixed doubles trials. But yeah, there's a lot of mixed doubles teams that were impacted by our team win and the Team Gushu win.
Yeah.
I wish we could play both.
Yeah, actually, some of the countries are allowing that now. I believe Oscar Eriksson is going to be in both for Sweden, and Bruce Mowat out of Scotland. I'm not sure Bruce's partner is in the ladies.
Jennifer Dodd. Yep.
So is Jennifer still on Eve Muirhead's team? Because they did some juggling there. But Eve still has to qualify for Scotland. They have to go to an Olympic qualifier. I think the two top teams in that are probably them and Japan.
Well, there's also Team Korea and then Germany, who just got the bronze medal at the European Championship.
Yeah.
So it's
how many come out of that?
3. So
yeah. So one of those teams is going to miss out.
Yep. It's going to be a tough event for sure.
Now, if it doesn't work out for Brent in the mixed doubles and he's home alone, are you going to be against me moving in and helping parent your kids while you're gone?
Let me think about that.
Yeah. Folks, just so you know, that's a solid no. She's just trying to be nice over the live stream here. So a couple corner guards set up here in this end for Newfoundland and Labrador. The one might not be overly usable. It's fairly high.
But you might get some action in there. If they throw a guard, you could hit and roll behind that guard. All they need is 2 points here to get themselves back in the game. I was going to say, Pete, Brent's got his provincial championship during the Olympics, so you could just watch our kids on your own.
Oh, wow. See, I got to be careful what I wish for here. Right? All of a sudden, I'm doing solo parenting.
And I got you all, recorded.
Yes, yeah. Judge, he said it right here.
So Manitoba's going to play a guard here, and I think they called a guard, and oh no, they're trying to come right in, and force a Newfoundland and Labrador to the ring. So we're going to see a hit here, I would think, by Newfoundland and Labrador. Try to open it up, and then
wow,
they're going to throw another guard. I love it. I love it.
No, I do too. He's aggressive, man. Like this is not his first rodeo.
I'm surprised he didn't throw this guard on his last one, but I like this call too. The freeze right in the pocket.
Yeah. I definitely liked him whipping around a guard around his own corner with the last one. They didn't, but I do love this play. He can either freeze in the pocket or throw another corner. What I've seen a lot this week, Jen, and I think some of the teams can learn from it, they'll whip down a normal weight hit here. You need your rocks in play. So would your message be to those teams, like you could throw a little tap here, a little even... No more than half. You have to make sure you keep your rock in play if you're Newfoundland and Labrador right now.
You definitely can't roll out. Anything in play is fine. If you draw, if you tap, if you throw another guard, everything is okay. You just cannot roll out. But that's something to practice. A lot of people, when they're at home and they're practicing, they don't practice the simple hit and stay. But sometimes that's the biggest shot in curling.
Yeah, absolutely. And you hear it a lot on TSN with Russ. He always talks about less weight, less weight, less weight. In this situation, it absolutely applies. You can't afford to throw normal because if you lose your shooter, you're in it's just an opportunity to use one of your rocks gone by. I really like
too much weight.
It's more weight than what Mark wanted, but at least his shooter's going to stick around. What they're trying to do there is maybe tap that red in behind the corner, make it usable for a freeze. Pretty simple shot here for Manitoba. They want to avoid the jam. Well, they're going to throw it. I'm going to update you. The Ontario ladies up 5-1 on Nova Scotia now. That score holds up. They're off to the semis. Nova Scotia still with 1 life left. The Northern Ontario ladies stole one in the 5th. So they lead 5-4 right now over PEI. Open hit here coming down for Ryan Loudon. That got creative.
That got a bit creative. It's a good opportunity here for Newfoundland and Labrador because that the top rock spun out of the rings. It's created a double guard situation.
Yeah, double guard and another red one, even though it's not their rock. It's behind the tee line. They can freeze to it. So actually a pretty nice setup in this end here. Just a matter of whether or not Team Newfoundland and Labrador can capitalize. They need 2 to get. It's not like they need 3 or 4. They need a 2, like you mentioned, Jen, to get back into this game.
This looked a little bit tight on release. He just looked like he got it over the top of the handle.
Right up. Go, 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 go.
Listen to the intensity with Mark, though. I'll tell you what, if he made the finals, he's probably going to lose his voice.
Tight and light.
Yeah, you heard him. Tight and light. Probably not Randy's best throw. Our final score, our final sheet to update. Ontario leads Quebec 4-3. Quebec held to a single in the 6th. So Ontario up 1 with the hammer. The winner of that game goes to the semis. The loser will play in another qualifier tonight. Not sure yet. I don't think we know who our game's going to be tonight because one of the teams that loses is going to drop in. So
It's just exciting regardless.
I know, it's pretty jacked in here. The energy is amazing.
It's unreal. This reminds me of a lot of our championships. I wish everybody at home could see it.
And that's the one thing, well, have you heard the caveat that was added by Everest to the winner of this event, what they get to do?
I just heard when I got here. It's insane.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
You get to fly down to Vegas, all expenses paid for 4 days. That's, I mean, I'm putting a team, that team I talked about, by the way, with your husband, Cooey and Mike, we're playing in this next year. We're not playing anything else. We're just going to try to take this down.
Off, Ryan.
I don't think it would be fair for one of those guys to skip. That's why I'm going to skip that team.
Where is it?
This looks a little bit heady, but pretty close. They just want to make sure they stop above the tee line.
And now that it's not, they're going to try to sweep it. They were going to try to maybe sweep it, Jen, to not set up a pocket. It actually stopped in time.
But I think they can get under that guard, like roll.
There is room for sure.
Yeah. So just backline weight. They don't care if they remove the rockman play. They just want to tap it back and roll behind those guards.
And again, another situation here where some teams would throw the hit and roll buried. Mark, being the veteran that he is, he's asked for very quiet weight here. This has a lot of curling to do.
Go, Trip.
It's trying.
Yeah, made a nice move there just above the hog, and he's carving it over right now.
It's over curled, I think, if anything. Nice
That's
shot.
a great shot.
What a great shot.
You know what? Steve could be trending again. Speedy brag. Watch for it. Hashtag Speedy. Great shot there. And it also, Jen, it created a nice little pocket in the back 4. Full marks for that one.
A lot of good things. So it's not necessarily always about removing your opposition stones from play. It's just about manipulating them and moving them around to create opportunities. I like this call.
Yeah, they're looking at run back here, yellow onto red. Red comes back onto yellow.
You're really just trying to prevent a 3. So even if you peel the guard or make the double, you should have an opportunity to force Newfoundland and Labrador to 2 points. If you were to play a freeze and miss it, then 3 or 4 may be in play.
Yeah, I really like this call. I don't think there's a lot of downside to it.
Is that about a quarter or less? Whatever you want.
I guess the only thing you could really do is if you ever over curled, you could spill the yellow one in, but as you heard, they're trying to hit a quarter. So that'd be a pretty big miss for how well Trevor throws the stone.
Close, no.
He's whipped it. Wow. That's very unlucky. Really unlucky result to jam in there. Probably just had to curl another inch or 2
I love the, yeah. It didn't have to curl very much more. Got super unlucky, but that's that pocket that was created by Newfoundland and Labrador coming back. I don't know if they have, they can see enough that redstone, but I love the double on the top two reds. You could lie 4th and 5th shot buried, but he's just playing the come around.
You got room. Close.
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 Mark's voice is almost gone.
Yep.
In-turn draw here. We saw the last one. It really moves in there. They're going to have to sweep hard to hold the line.
Go.
Might even be switching to the tap because this is really no handle either. That was the key to that shot, just no handle.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. It's about getting enough rotation on those stones. So now the tricky part about this is that if you hit it right on the nose, it's going to jam on the redstone in the back of the 12 foot. So you do need to get a little bit of angle here.
Have to avoid Jen saying, you just clip this rock. It's the yellow one's going to go straight onto that. Probably have to hit about 3/4 of a stone. You could get away with less than that and maybe ricochet it off the back red one. You definitely have to avoid your own rock in the 8 foot.
So if this is made, you're going to see Newfoundland Labrador go around their 2 staggered yellow stones.
How much, bud? 3/4?
What?
How much?
How much weight?
How much rock to hit?
Half a rock.
Yeah, he's going with half. He doesn't mind slashing this onto the back red. He's not too worried about it. He's more worried about the jam that you talked about, Jen.
Yeah.
So.
Whoa!
Yep.
Yeah!
Go.
Whoa! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Very accurate throw there. You called it. Mark's going to go around with the in-turn. Staggered guard situation. Love to sink this one above the tee line. If you came too deep, there's a rock out here that could be used
You're a little deep. You got to be buried.
for a little slash. Main thing though, Jen, has to be buried here, eh?
Yeah, and that's what Mark just said. Obviously, you'd like to be above the tee line so that Team Manitoba can't make the freeze and take the end away. But you need to be buried. You need to make them make a good freeze, regardless of whether even if you're shot rock.
Signal early by the front end as this is heavy.
Whoa.
These seem to be slowing down here, though. I would think this is going to be fairly close.
Steve wanted them to sweep for the line. The only reason it was able to get by, and then they tried to do the audible and play onto the back one, got caught in between, but I think ultimately it was just heavy.
Just heavy, yeah.
And now
I thought that made him down a little bit.
trouble. Not even trouble that there's always going to be, I think, a shot for them to score. It's just trouble on the scoreboard. If a single was probably not enough in this end.
Yeah, probably our best.
And it's not going to be the easiest single either, depending on where this rock ends up. Brad probably looking to put it somewhere in this area here. That's, you know what, I'm going to try that one again. Right there. Is that better?
That's beautiful. I'm
Yeah, it's
very
beautiful.
impressed.
Good work. I'm also in kindergarten when it comes to artwork. If they can put it there, basically somewhere near the center line, I think the in-turn draw is obviously not there because of that high corner. They can make things very difficult here for Mark in terms of an out-turn draw, any access to the 4 foot to try to score. Can't slide deep here. Deep is just the one option not on the table for Manitoba.
It's all up to the judges.
Just 12 foot.
Still, I'd be laying off of this one. I think you need this to stop. You need it to stop. Even touch that one would be good. That touch actually helped. It helped the line and weight. Fortunate little kiss, and now this is tough for Mark. What do you think his easiest way is in here?
I think he's got to play the in-turn draw. Looks like he's playing a hit.
Out turn through the hole, it looks like.
Okay, yes. Oh yeah, sorry. Looking on our screen, I forgot about the long yellow guard. So
Yeah.
this would probably be his only shot.
Yeah, on our monitor, you don't see that high corner guard that is in play.
There it is.
Right, this guy up here. That blocks access to the forefoot. So really the only shot Mark has here is the out-turn draw. His final rock in 6, trailing 6-2. I think game's on the line here, Jen. He misses this, and I think that'll be handshakes. Looks good out of his hand, though. Just a matter whether he's got the weight or not. They're scrubbing hard for the weight.
Line screen. Line screen. Come on, boys.
Go, go, go.
Lean on it. Come on, you gotta get there.
Boy.
And unable to do so. It's a steal of at least 1. I think only 1, though.
It fudges right up. You got.
It looked good. I agree with Mark. That fudged for sure. They're going to trail 7-2 after 6. I think I'd play 1 more.
Yeah, I would. You never know. If you get 3, take 3, still 2.
And you're down to your last life as well. Loser of this game is eliminated. The winner advances to a qualifier tonight at 7:30. So a close draw there, just came up short for Newfoundland and Labrador. They're going to trail 7-2 here, heading to the 7th. A game that Manitoba has really outplayed them from start to finish. I'm very impressed, Jan, with this Manitoba team.
Yeah, they're solid from lead to skip, making lots of big shots, missing the right way, and getting something out of every shot.
And you got to hand it to the boys from the island as well. 4-2 record through the round robin, but and we just got a face from the lead, Steve Routledge, on the team. I just love it, man. Like, as much as they're dying to win this game,
they're having fun.
Yeah, and they're exactly what you said. When you did your little speech just now in the questionnaire, they asked you what advice would you give to these players, and you said for them to have fun, because at the end of the day, even if you lose the game, you got family, you've got friends, you've got a job to go back to. Life is still going to move forward, and at the end of the day, it's a curling game.
Yeah, 1,000%. And how lucky we are to be able to play our game and chase our dreams, whether it's the Everest Curling Club Championships or the Olympic trials. Like, we're all chasing dreams, and it's just such an honor.
Right.
And it's fun to watch these guys. It's a nice guard. Those are hard as a lead. That's an important rock right there. You need those guards in play.
Yeah, I used to hate it when, I missed a shot as a skip. I'm not too happy. I go down the other end. Now we need a corner guard, and my lead slips it in, because I'm not really as mad at them, but because of the situation, I missed my shot. It's important for them to make that, because if the other team can just hit, it adds to the frustration. I've grown up a lot now, so let Brent know, because I'm looking to play with him next year. Tell him I'm matured. Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't texted me. Because
he's parenting right now.
Well,
so
for sure
busy.
he has someone else looking after the kids for sure.
No, I think tonight he's good. He's got the girls.
He's going solo, eh? Main objective right now, I think Manitoba would happily give up 2 here. They don't care. I mean, they'd have the hammer coming home 3 up.
Yeah, you just don't want to give up any more than 2. So you're going to see this guard go up, and then I would think Manitoba will peel as soon as they can. 1 more in the rings and then peel. They're walking beside. This is never a great sign.
Starting to slow down now. If this guard is made, I'd be tempted, Jen, just to throw this one through the rings if I was Manitoba. You don't need any more rocks in play up 5.
No, I agree. More rocks are going to help Newfoundland and Labrador.
Like, you could just set up staggered situations, pockets. I'd just whistle this one through, but you know what? Ryan's had draw weight the whole game. They're going to ask him to lob one down here into the 8-foot. PI picked up 2 in our ladies eliminator game. They lead Northern Ontario 6-5. Northern Ontario, though, it looks like may have a draw for 3, which would be a massive score.
No, let it work. Line's getting good. Whoa, whoa,
Opportunity to
whoa,
be 2 up coming home.
Yep.
What a great shot. There's a lot of pressure on the shot to put in a good spot. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's the thing there, like we talked about. If he hangs that high, it's no good. If he's heavy, bounces off, he creates a pocket, it's no good. If he comes up short and staggers the one in the top 12, it's no good. So that was an excellent shot there. But I mean, it looks like nothing, but he actually accomplished a lot with that shot.
So you're going to see Newfoundland and Labrador just trying to move these stones around and try to create some pockets, make it very difficult for Team Manitoba to remove their rocks from play.
Whoa, whoa.
So that was a 3. So at the end of 7, Northern Ontario takes an 8-6 lead over PEI. Both teams battling for their playoff life.
There you go. Good.
Ontario scored a single in the men's game. They're up 5-3 over Quebec, looking to punch their ticket to the semis. Tell you, these Quebec guys are beauties. I've hung out with them. So it's Jean-Michel Menard, the 2006 Brier champion. His brother Philippe is skipping the team.
They still have, they have the headbands on out there. Just
Oh yeah, they
similar
got the
to- I love
headbands,
it.
a bandana.
Love it.
So much spirit. Jean-Michel reached out to me this week to be Facebook friends. I said, no, he beat me too many times, Jean-Michel. I'm not going to be a friend on Facebook, bro. Should have thought of that when we were playing one another.
Oh, that's a big miss by Team Manitoba. They missed the peel and took out one of their own stones.
I've been there.
I like coming around one of these guards. What do you like, Pete?
Yeah, I would probably throw, just right away, the out-turn draw around the guard stuck out to me, or it's the in-turn. Mark's going with the in-turn. Good chance here, though. An uncharacteristic, that's easier to say, uncharacteristic miss by Manitoba. Chance now for Randy Turpin to draw underneath. Ontario ladies well in control of their game. They're up 6-1 over Nova Scotia. Looks like they'll be moving into the semis. Little kiss here, just missed it. Still a very good shot.
Very good shot. You're in there for third shot. Team Manitoba's got to decide what they want to do.
Couple options. I mean, they could peel the guard. They could play just the top rock and the top 8 foot.
He's looking at the run back and trying to make the double. That looks very tough to me, especially with the score. I think you just want to make sure you eliminate one from play.
Yeah, I like them hitting this one that's on the center line. Even if you ricochet it off your own red that's on the 4 foot, as long as you eliminate stones at this stage, you're probably in pretty good shape. First, third stone here in the 7th. Manitoba up 5.
Firm, yeah.
Gonna throw a firm weight hit here, right up the center line. Looks like BJ Neufeld coming out of there. Actually, more like Carrie even. Maybe a bit more like Carrie.
Carrie's tucked, but Shannon Richards kind of like how she rotates the stone.
Yeah.
Very nice shot. Very, very nice shot.
What that also does as well, Jen, they've got that in-turn draw that they just made. It makes that a heck of a lot tougher. So now Mark's going to switch to the out-turn draw.
Yeah, and they were able to stick around for shot rock, which was really big for them. But I like the first call. He's throwing an out-turn draw around the corner guard. I like this call.
Stevie Bragg throwing third stones for Newfoundland and Labrador.
Head! 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 Head!
They're on this one from start to finish.
Randy,
Looks
go
good if
inside.
the weight's good.
Randy, go inside.
It's going to be a hair light, but dude, get it into the rings for third shot. That's a good shot. It's in there, maybe a half buried. Manitoba will be able to make a play on it, though. If you got to drag that one maybe another 2 or 3 feet, that would have been lost in behind that guard.
Yeah, it's a big difference. Now Manitoba can make a play, but they may disrupt what's happening with the red rocks on the other side of the sheet and allow Newfoundland and Labrador to come around the guard again and sit 2.
talked about the miss here is to take the guard. I wouldn't even put that in his head. Trevor throws such a clean rock. He's got a chance here at the double. Really good chance for the double here. But he did what you said, just disturbed his own red, but stayed shot rock. Excellent shot there by Trevor.
I like to come around here instead of the hit and roll. If you're trying to get 3 points, it's very difficult to make a perfect hit and roll.
See, I don't think enough club curlers realize that. It's so much easier to draw a rock to a spot than it is to have a perfect hit and roll where the team can't come at you. And as much as they're going to have to make a play on this rock eventually, I agree with you, Jen. I don't think this is the time. I think I'd be playing the draw here.
You need a miss, and I think it's easier to have a miss if you're dead buried behind. But it looks like they're close on this. They're going to prove us wrong, Pete.
That's not the first time. You can see. And that looked wide the whole way. Then they curved it. Maybe over, but that's just, as you said, a very difficult curling shot, and now an open hit option here for Manitoba.
If you ever got it, then it's gone.
And it looks like they may even be able to play the double here. It looks like about a half rock double, which is kind of the
right in that wheelhouse, right?
The perfect. That's really whichever all you want when you throw doubles, a half rock double.
You ever made an out-turn in-off in your life for anything important?
It was an intern, but yes, I did.
I would have played the out.
It was in Newfoundland and Labrador.
I like that you knew what I was talking about, though. But
yeah, right in St. John's, Newfoundland. One of the moments I'll never forget in my life. It was pretty unbelievable.
Your first of 6 Scotties wins. An opportunity here now for Brad Haight. Out-turn double.
Yeah, whoa, yeah. Hard, hard, whoa, yeah, yeah.
This is close. Might go over the top. No, perfect. I tell you, these guys get into the play. I wouldn't want a part of this team. Playing great right now. They've done their job this end already, Jen. Now, like even if they give up 2, they're 3 up coming home. And there's no situation or no scenario where they could give up more than 2. So out-turn draw here for Mark. A great run so far for the team out of Newfoundland and Labrador, but they're up against it now. Mandatory that Mark gets this rock buried around the corner.
Yep. Airline! Hard! Hard! Airline! Hard! Airline! Hard! 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 Hard!
I think he's going to wreck.
God damn it. Boy.
And that should do it, really. I don't think a single score here will be enough, so I'm going to try to fit in what's happening on the other sheets. Ontario men lead 5-3 coming home, playing Quebec. Winner moves on to the semis. Loser plays tonight in a B qualifier. Same scenario with Ontario ladies versus Nova Scotia, but that is a final. The Ontario women have won. Congratulations to them. They're off to the semis. Nova Scotia ladies will play in a B qualifier tonight. And Northern Ontario with a big 3-ender. They're 2 up coming home without the hammer versus PEI in a game where the winner moves to the qualifier. The loser is off to the Everest Players Lounge.
I cannot wait for the playoffs tomorrow. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I mean, the energy is going to be crazy because you've played in a ton of the situations, the Page playoffs and slam finals and whatnot. But when you get down to those final games, I mean, your heart starts beating a little bit faster for sure.
It's like a roller coaster ride that it's like the biggest adrenaline rush. But if sport was a guarantee, how much fun would it be? The fact that you could lose on any given day and just the energy in the building. Everybody's going to have a great time tomorrow. But I'd like to see Mark make this shot. He's got such great draw weight, such a great player.
You know what? He'd probably shake hands even if he does make it, I would think. But it'd be a great way for him to finish potentially this game and the event. It's always better to end on a high note.
It looks like they like it. They only have 1 sweeper going, which generally means they're close.
Or the other guy's lazy.
Yeah, could be that. I don't think so. They like it. Nice shot by Mark Nosebury.
That's good. Thanks,
So
guys.
that is it. That is our final score. Manitoba 7, Newfoundland and Labrador 3.
Can you hear the fans? This is awesome.
It's crazy. The Manitoba team moves on to play in a qualifier tonight. Their opponent still to be determined. My name is Peter Stesky. Jennifer, thank you so much for joining me. Dream come true to do some broadcast work with you, and we wish you all the best in the Olympic Games. Bring back another gold medal for Canada.
We will do our absolute best. Thanks so much, Pete. It was my honor to be here.
That's it. Signing off. We're back at 7:30 tonight for B qualifier action. Thank you for tuning in from the Ottawa Hunt Club at the Everest Canadian Curling Club Championships.